Yep, I'm here.
Wide open.
Present.
Gunner.
Hi.
Story.
Yeah.
Wade. Trey.
Yes.
Phoenix. Alright. Phoenix will like to start at the rear anyway, so we're good on that. Did I miss anyone wanting to start at the rear? I'm not a fan of it, but just in case. Alright. Okay. So it'll be me, Trey, and Phoenix. So welcome everybody. We had 13 sign up. I don't know where the rest of the gang is. I don't know where
Back.
Tasik is. Tasik said he was gonna race, but
His internet is probably bad because he underperformed.
somebody's mic is.
Anybody send him a scuba kit or something?
That's Phoenix's mic. It's better now.
What?
It sounded like a bad walkie-talkie there for a second.
A bad walkie-talkie.
For a second there.
Gotcha.
But welcome everyone. This is the opening race for our Truck Series playoffs. I know it sounds like we're getting to the end of the year, but for our truck schedule this year, we only have about 21 events, so we still have a ways to go. I mean, 7 races left in trucks, so not really a ways to go in trucks, but I mean, our season finale is the first weekend in November, so I mean, technically, and time-wise, yes, a ways to go. Races-wise, not really. After tonight, we will have 3 weeks off. I know the truck. I mean, we based our season off the real-life season. You know, the real life, they run a race, and then after a while, another race, and then after a while, I kind of. There goes Phoenix's mic again. Phoenix, your mic is. Ugh.
My mic?
That's your mic. Yes.
I'm not even saying anything.
I know, but that's your mic. Does anyone else hear that? Or is it just me?
Jesus.
Yeah, it's probably a shortage on his mic.
Yeah, it sounds like you're rubbing your finger across of it. It's good now. It's great now. You're fine. Don't touch
Okay.
anything.
Oh, good. So when I go straight down into turn 1, you'll know why.
As I was saying, when I was making the truck schedule, I did plan on cutting back some races, but now that we're getting down to crunch time, when it gets down to crunch time, I don't know about everyone else, but I want to race, and that's how the momentum picks up for me. When you race and then take time off and then race again, it kind of ruins the flow, and I kind of second guess myself on the schedule. So it is what it is, but those of you that are in the playoffs, congratulations. Those of you that are still with us, we're glad you're here. We have a great group of people tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. So like I said, 3 weeks from today, we will be at Richmond, as Trey said. The final stretch for our playoffs looks like this. Tonight we'll be at Watkins, Glen, Richmond on August 19th, and then September 9th we'll conclude round number 1. It will be the round of 10, because remember, 10 drivers in all 3 series this year. Okay? Round number 2 will start the very next week on a Friday as well at Bristol, September 16th. Round number 2 is pretty tough, so round number 2 is going to hurt some feelings. It'll be Bristol, then at the end of the month, September 30th at Talladega, and then Phoenix. Phoenix has been our championship race, well actually only 1 year, not 2 years. It was our championship race last year. It will be the penultimate race once again this year. That will be round number 2, the round of 7, and that will make our championship 4, which will be back at Homestead, Miami. I have listened to a few people. Some of you like it at Phoenix, but judging off our popularity votes, most of you said you would rather have it at Homestead. I mean, I put up 2 tracks. It was between Miami and Phoenix, and I didn't offer any other track. Some of you said Atlanta, some of you said have it at Bristol. I didn't offer those tracks in the vote. I said, would you rather go back to Miami or would you rather keep it at Phoenix? And some people said Phoenix, but the majority said we like the racing for a championship better at Homestead, Miami. So we're going back to Homestead, Miami this year. I don't know what we're going to do for next year. I don't even know if we're going to race next year. I'm so busy. But I know some people just went wide with their eyes. They're like, what? But we'll see. But we're going to worry about the fun we have while we can do it this year. But as the playoff goes, it's a little different this year. As I said, 5 bonus points for a win. 5 bonus points for a win. There's nothing for any stages because we don't have that. Obviously, the same mentality, win and you're in, as we've had in the past. Okay? All the bonus points and everything, that still applies. You know, you go out there and race your race. It's a little different since we don't have stages, because that changes your strategy a little bit, with some races being 1 times wear, some races being 2 times wear. We don't really have any races that are 3 times wear in the truck series, unless the races, well, no, we changed that. So no races that are 3 times wear in the truck series. But the first round is the round of 10, okay? The second round will be cut to the round of 7. Last year it went from 10 to 8. This year it'll be from 10 to 7. So I know that doesn't seem like a big change, but for somebody it will be a big change, because last year you would have been in, this year you're going to be out. So it'll go from 10 to 7. It'll cut 3 people off each round. 10 to 7 to 4. So that's how the rounds will go. That makes sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I plan on all these races being 100%. It's nothing different here. And I don't care who wins the championship. I've always said that, as long as we have fun and do it the right way. As I just said a while ago, and I was serious about that, by the way, I don't know what the plans are for next year. If we race, obviously we'll be back on Heat 5. I've just been so busy, I don't know if we're going to have a league next year or not. I don't know if I'll give it to the role of someone else, but we will see. We're going to have fun with what we have. Xfinity-wise, I'll let you know, the playoffs they don't begin until September 24th. So there is a lot of racing to happen between now and then. So you got a ways to go until the playoffs begin with Xfinity. That's actually the last series to begin the playoffs. The Cup playoffs begin September 4th. So Cup will begin before Xfinity, because Cup obviously have 10 races, Xfinity have 7. Xfinity will be on the same method as trucks. It'll go 10-7-4. Cup will go 10-8-6-4, because it has 4 rounds instead of 3. So that's how it will go. Here's how the standings look tonight. And remember, just because you are not in the playoffs doesn't mean you can still race for the points. Obviously you can still race for points, because points are still getting tallied for everybody towards the end of the year. Remember that. If I can find them, I would be happy to tell you. Here we go. Here's how the championship points look entering tonight, the playoff points. Okay, playoff points. Wade enters tonight. Wade, whether you love him or you hate him, Wade had a dominant season in the truck season. After winning some races in the Xfinity Series before, winning some races in the Cup Series before, he's never had a regular season title. He came into this season saying, you know what, I have struggled so much in truck, I have never won a truck race, I need to get that truck win. He did way more than that and then some, winning a whopping 4 races and doing it in style. Wade won the regular season title by 1 point over Grimm. 1 point is what it came down to, because on the track, he went into Pocono with a 6-point lead over Grimm. Grimm beat him by 1 position, that's 3. But Grimm did end up getting 2 bonus points, which added it up to 5 over Wade. 6 minus 5 is 1 point. So Wade, I don't think you could have done that any closer than what you did, my friend. Congratulations on your regular season title. And
good job,
if Wade can keep that up, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And last year, well, not necessarily in the truck series, but Xfinity mainly, because he had a shot to win Xfinity last year. He came alive in playoff time. So if we get that version of Wade, you guys better look out. Wade enters tonight with 2,035 points. Everyone has 2,000. You get 5 points per win. 5 times 4 is 2,020, plus 15 points for his regular season championship. That adds up to 35 bonus points. So 2,035 is what Wade will start with heading into Watkins Glen. Second, entering tonight is this guy. He didn't start at Daytona, missed a few races, but got a late start. And he wins in almost everything he enters. He says he is beatable, which we have seen that. He's had a few bad races, which we have seen that. But he can win on any given day at any given track. Wide open. Wide open. Finished the regular season third in the season standing. That is correct. Wanted to double check. Third in the regular season standings. 3 wins. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. 3 wins and not even the full regular season. That is very, very scary. And the truck season, the truck series, is actually the weakest statistically of the 3. Xfinity probably is strongest, looking at stats-wise. Cup second, and Truck third. So, and he's second entering tonight. He has 2,024 points, trailing by 11. This guy, you know, he had a roller coaster in about everything. You know, he gets on everyone's nerves. Everyone knows who I'm saying already. He will enter tonight third in the playoff hunt. He had 1 win, which looked at many times like he was going to double up, get 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, but just couldn't seal the deal plenty of times. But he got that 1 win. He knows he can get many more wins if he keeps his head on straight. He's got to keep it focused. He is very determined to win a championship. He says he can do it, but saying it and doing it are 2 different things. This guy, Caleb, as we know him, Gunner, he enters tonight with 2,012 points, down by 23, as he chases his first, not just NASCAR, but first ever Mystic Racing League championship. Trailing behind him in 4th, this guy is not with us tonight, but he's another one that can win on any given day, any given track. In our inaugural season in 2020, he was absolutely obliterating everybody. It came down to the final race at Miami, and we're all like, who's going to finish second? Who's finishing third? Who's finishing 4th? Because we didn't think anyone could beat him. But he had his worst race of the season in the final race. That's why we say it's not over till it's over. He wrecked getting to pit road, went 2 laps down, only got 1 of them back, and it was over. He finished 4th. But he was very strong. Hasn't had the results this season, even though he hasn't ran full time. Hasn't had the results this season with only 1 win. He's not here tonight. Hopefully he'll be back for Richmond. It is Celtics with 2,011 points, down by 24. And right in the middle of the playoff hunt, in 5th, this guy, you don't talk about roller coaster, this guy, he could be Mr. Consistent at times, but he has had his fair share of bad luck as well. He could make a Mark Martin case, because he has finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, about every spot. He has won a few, including this year, 1 race. He has won a race. I believe that race that he won was, what, Gateway in the Truck Series, if I'm not mistaken. But he should have multiple wins, but it's bad luck. He lets it slip away, or mostly bad luck. But this guy, he has the championship DNA. If he can just dig deep, hit his marks, get some wins when they count, because it's playoff time. You need to get rid of them mistakes. You got to be on it when it counts. You got 7 races, and seven races, that's not a lot. You got to make it or you're going to break it. This guy is no other than Trey. He is tied for 5th with 2,010 points. He had 1 win this season, finishing 6th in the regular season title. He got a few regular season bonus points. That's going to land him 5th as we kick off the postseason.
Did all that and miss Daytona.
And you missed Daytona. Entering the playoffs 6th. I've been bragging on this guy all year long. He is one of the newbies this season. And yes, it has hurt him that he was not able to get to victory lane. He was very close so many times. If you look at his stats from the moment at Daytona to the finale at Pocono, you can see the progress. You can see where he worked and got better and really wanted it. He took the regular season points lead entering whatever race was before Pocono, I don't remember, but then lost it entering Pocono, but almost took it back and won the regular season title. He was very determined. Then 15 bonus points would have went a long way, but he finished second and got 10 bonus points. He really, really needed that win. That would have went a long way, but he's in the playoffs. He's not going to give up, and it would be a Cinderella story if he was able to pull off that first win tonight and punch his early ticket to the second round. He's not technically where he wanted to be, but he's not all the way at the bottom. It is grim. He will be tied for 5th, placed in 6th with 2,010 points, down by 25 as we start the postseason. Rolling off 7th in the playoff hunt. This guy has missed a few races this season, not because he wanted to. Has one win this season. Dominated at Martinsville. Finished the regular season title in 7th, just a few points off of Trey. Like I said, he dominated that one race at Martinsville. Has been close a few other times. Has had his fair share of bad luck. And when you mix that with some absences, but he did get that one win, and that one win meant a lot, because if you take that win away, he may not be in this playoff hunt. He will enter the playoffs with 2,009 points to his name, down by 26. It is Mystic. And to add, I went to the Championship 4 last year and was 3 laps short of winning it. So I'd like to at least make it. That's my goal again. 8th in the playoff hunt. This guy has statistically had his worst regular season to date, after being, I believe, the 2020 regular season champion in the Truck Series, I do believe. Last year he had a really good regular season. I don't think he won it last year, but he had a really good one as well. This season, I know he missed some time, almost a month, but it's just, what does he got to do to get that truck in victory lane? He has been very close. He has had a lot of bad luck, especially recently. And when you have bad luck right at the end of regular season, it really hurts your momentum entering the postseason. It's just like when you win a race, that last race or race before last, entering the postseason, it's momentum. It's all about that momentum. And this guy has minimal momentum starting the playoffs. He's really got to find a way to turn it around, because this is not the guy we're used to seeing. And most people are questioning, does he have anything left? I think he does. We're going to find out. Watkins Glen may not be his strongest track. Any road course ain't his strongest track. But we're going to find out. 0 wins in the regular season, which is not what we're accustomed to from seeing from this guy. But I think he's going to turn it around. 7 races to get it done. He is your 2020 truck champion. And tonight he starts his case for 2022 truck champion. It is Phoenix, rolling off 8 in the playoffs. These last 2 guys I'm going to go through quick because they are not here with us. 9th, it's with 2,007 points to his name. He will be 28 points behind our leader. He did win our last race 2 weeks ago at Pocono, holding off Ron. I still think Ron was way too nice, but we respect Ron for his kindness, because most people would have probably knocked the hell out of him. But that's Ron. He's nice. But this guy is not able to make it full time, but he has made most of the events he has really turned it around with his truck racing, because he used to be just a cup guy, and then he said, I wanted to run more Xfinity and more truck. And even though, like I said, he's not full-time, he is in the playoffs, and you get one bye per round, and you never know. He's not out of it. He could turn around and win another one. So he did knock Ron out, and it's disappointing that he's not here tonight, because that could be Ron's spot. But it's the way it goes, man. It's the way it goes. But he is our 2020 Cup champion. It is Kime. And this last guy, starting 10th, he is going to have a deep hole to climb out from, especially with missing tonight. Didn't gain any bonus points by wins or any sort of that thing, but he did gain 3 bonus points since he finished in 9th in the regular season standings. Had a very good truck season. Had a lot of bad luck towards the end of it with, setup misfortune and, whatnot, but he has one all-time win in MRL, and that came at Talladega in 2020, I believe. But winless in 2021, has 0 truck wins. But he was very good this year. I'd give it to him. He just needs to, show up first of all. But he did make the playoffs. What he decides to take that from here, that's up to him. He will roll off 10th in the playoff hunt. Hopefully he shows up for the next race at Richmond, which I know is not one of his strongest tracks. Very tough track. It is sturdy with 2,003 points to his name. He will be 32 points behind. So that's where everyone stands and their situation, how they got here, all that good stuff. Hope everyone enjoyed that. So, is there any questions? No? Okay. As far as tonight goes, tonight is a 74 lap race. 74 laps. There's no manual brakes, as I mentioned beforehand. Pace speed around here is going to be 55. I don't know what the pit road speed is. That's up to you guys. Everyone knows our procedures as always. Announce when you're getting on and getting off a pit road.
I think it's 40 here, like road.
So, thank you. All I ask is, if you cut the bus stop, you must come to a complete stop if the game doesn't stop you. If the game stops you, then it'll stop you and you're good. If you cut the bus stop, definition of cutting the bus stop is all 4 wheels in the grass. If all 4 wheels are off the track and you cut it, then, but if you're off like driver's right and you're not gaining any time, then you keep going. But if you cut that bus stop on the left side, then you must come to a complete stop if the game doesn't stop you itself. Remember, there's a line exiting pit road. Do not cross that line exiting pit road. You must stay within the line. There's a yellow line getting to pit road. You don't have to stay within that line, okay? You don't have to stay within that line coming around the final turn. Just as long as you call in, entering and exiting out. That's my normal stuff there. Cautions will be a little bit lenient in this race. If you've ever watched a real road course race, when a driver spins out, they don't call a caution right away. So if 2 or more cars are around and everyone's on the other side of the track, I may not call a caution right away, okay? If you can get going within a few seconds, I may let it go, okay? That includes me. If I'm around, I may let it go. Even if it's 3 cars, I may let it go. I'm not saying I will, but I just keep that in mind, because if you've ever watched a real road course race, they don't call a caution every time someone spins, just like they would on an oval, because you're not going to catch them every 25-30 seconds. So keep that in mind. Still let me know if you spin, okay? Just so that doesn't change. If you spin and turn, well, everyone doesn't know the turns, but if you spin, still let me know, okay? Let me know if there's 2 cars, 3 cars. If there's 5 cars, then obviously I'll throw one, but just let me know what's going on. If you never let me know, then I can never throw a caution. Remember, it's 1 times wear. Everyone knows the situation tonight. There's a bounty hunter challenge. There's 2 drivers in here that can earn the money. If not, it'll raise for the next race. We got some playoff drivers, or almost all the playoff drivers are here, 7 of them. That doesn't raise a reason why you should drive, stupid. Okay, we're still all here to have fun. But if you do win tonight's race, playoff driver, you will be locked into the next round. Okay. Is there any questions? There's no manual cautions. Inside 5 to go. No manual lucky dogs inside 10. What was I going to say? When a caution comes out, I really need people to work with me tonight, because lucky dogs, if there's any, it's going to take a lot of time, because it's going to take a lot of time for me to send lucky dogs all the way around the track. So you have to be working with me. If you're doing a lot of talking, then I'm going to penalize you. So please be working with me all night long, drivers. Okay. Alright, now, is there any questions?
Nope.
Alright, invites are coming out. Do not accept your invite until I call your name, please.